Hope everyone's having a nice Wednesday. I think I just hit the camera there. I'm sorry about that. Gave you a little earthquake, didn't I? We had a lot of new stuff released today, and we're going to open the majority of it tonight. Inception Baseball, Encased Basketball, Elite Football all came out today, and we're going to open it tonight. And of course, we also had Stadium Club Baseball that came out today, but we're gonna hold that one back and start on it tomorrow night instead, just because we've got so much stuff. Before we get started ripping into boxes and packs, let's go over a little information. First thing you see there, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. I put that up there because this has been a question that I get asked a lot, so I figure it's best just to address it right up front and everybody kind of knows how it works. So what this means to you is that you never have to wait on me to get feedback. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. And the second and most important thing that you see up there is to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats and hangs out with me, watches the video after the fact. However you're participating, I appreciate having you here. We are now looking at the breaks that are already listed on eBay that are coming up in the days ahead. Tomorrow night we will open Gold Rush Value Pack Baseball. That came out last week on Friday. I just forgot to list it. It works like this. There are 12 packs in a box, and one box makes a case of this product. So you can call it a box, you can call it a case, whatever you want to call it. It is 12 packs. It has 36 cards in it. There can be relic hits, it could be autographs, it can be rookie cards, short prints, some may be graded, some not. If you look at the listing description, there's more info about it. Also, tomorrow night we will open Stadium Club Baseball. It came out today, just too much to break tonight to add Stadium Club in, so we're holding it over to tomorrow night. Friday night, a couple of triple memorabilia boxes, one for basketball, one for baseball. Each one of those has an autographed jersey, an autographed ball, and an autographed photograph. We will also open another case of Encased Basketball tomorrow night, and Museum Collection Baseball comes out tomorrow. So big release week, and we will open a half case of Museum Collection tomorrow night as well. Saturday, you can see we finally get some memorabilia worked back into the program there by Saturday. We'll do some autographed football jerseys and autographed baseball bats, some more Inception, and more Elite Football. On Sunday, we'll break a full-size football helmet, an autographed baseball jersey, more Museum Collection, and more Stadium Club. On Monday, we're going to have autographed full-size batting helmets back in stock, so we'll break one of those on Monday. We will also open another Gold Rush Value Pack box/case and another case of Inception. So that's what the days ahead look like for tonight. This is the order that we're breaking in. So Inception Baseball is first, Encased Basketball is second, Elite Football is third. If you're here for Elite Football, I'm going to estimate that you probably have about 45 minutes before we get to that. I haven't opened any of these products yet, obviously, this year. I've opened them in past years, but first time this year. So that's an estimate, give or take 10 minutes, I think. Second thing you need to know about this, everything that we're breaking tonight, I'm projecting to ship out on Saturday, and if I can get that out to you faster than that, I absolutely will. Finally, in Inception and Encased, it is possible perhaps that your team might not be pulled. If that ends up being the case, you are still going to get a consolation card or cards. They can be from any year, any series, and I will ship them at the same time the rest of the break ships, since this is a paid shipping break. So that's how we're looking for tonight. So first up is our 16-box case of 2018 Inception Baseball. This is full case break. It's break number 1. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Wednesday night, the 27th of June. So I'm also going to point out one thing as we go through here. Someone sent me a message, which I read about, 7 or 8 minutes ago, and they said they don't believe that the Kansas City Royals are in this product on the checklist at all. As you guys know, normally if a team is not on a checklist and I'm aware of it, I don't list them for sale. So here's what's going to happen. Tonight after the break, I will go to the checklist and just double check that, make sure that it is correct. If that's correct, the person who has the Kansas City Royals, I will refund you your bid amount for that team, okay? And that would also mean for any other breaks of Inception that are currently listed, if eBay will let me, I will go in and end the auction just for the Kansas City Royals. Now, sometimes if you have less than X number of hours, eBay won't let you end an auction. If it has bids, anyway. So hopefully that we'll be able to just go in and get that squared away. I'm assuming the person that sent me the message is correct about there being no hits for the Royals, but I will verify it. And if you are the bidder that has that team, I have already sent you a message through eBay messages kind of letting you know exactly what I just said right there. But just figured I would also state it up front so you guys will know if you suddenly see a bid canceled or an auction ended on upcoming breaks for the Kansas City Royals, you will know what's going on. So Inception, it sounds like a lot because there's 16 boxes, but there's only one pack per box. So it's really it's a relatively fast break for what it is. Now, last year, we had some amazing hits in Inception, and I'm hoping that we're going to have that again this year. I'm sure that we will. There's plenty of our younger players, you know, your Mike Trouts and Chris Bryants and things like that, that they mix into Inception, as well as many of our rookies. There are a couple of case hits in here. One of them should be an autograph that is a silver signings autograph. Those usually come out one per case. I believe we will also have a jumbo patch card with an autograph that should fall at a one per case rate in here tonight. And I'm trying to think what else. So I think basically in our 7 cards in each pack, we should find one autograph, a couple of inserts, and 4 base cards, I believe is the correct configuration for Inception. Sam says that the Beckett checklist also doesn't show any Kansas City Royals in this product. Yeah, you know, I always go directly to the manufacturer's checklist because, you know, honestly, sometimes these websites that aggregate, now would be surprised if Beckett missed one, but sometimes, you know, when somebody aggregates or whatever, they will overlook something. I feel like that probably the information I got was correct because I doubt the guy would have emailed me if he thought there was any question about it. But again, I will just go in and confirm that. Once that is confirmed on the Topps website, the person who had the Royals tonight will get a refund for the bid amount for the Royals. I believe it was part of a combined invoice. Obviously, if it was the only team, you would get a full refund of your shipping too. If it's combined with other teams, of course, you'll pay the shipping for your other teams, but you wouldn't for that team. And again, I will go in and end any auctions for the Royals that eBay would let me on future Inception breaks, assuming that we get that all verified. Ruben, you must have jumped in a little bit late. You didn't see our rundown for tonight. So just to remind anybody who might have jumped in after the fact, here's how it rolls tonight. We are opening Inception. That's what I'm working on right now. Following that will be Encased Basketball, and following that will be Elite Football. So if you are here for Elite Football, you probably have, I'm going to say maybe 40, 45 minutes. That's give or take 10 minutes. You know, I get a better feel for exactly how long something's going to take after I've broken it once or twice. And of course, we broke Inception last year, but first one out of this year, so I'm just estimating there. But that's about what I think we'll be looking at. Probably about 20 minutes to get through Inception, and probably about 20 minutes to get through Encased, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, so now we are ready to figure out what all we have. I'm going to go ahead and bring our parallels up to the front first. So the green parallels in here, they're like last year, they're not going to be numbered. So sometimes we're going to find some different colors that will be numbered, but the green are not. And of course, these are the base cards that have the sort of black coloring. And our hit out of this pack is for the Mets, and that is numbered to 299. And you know what? I forgot to lay a pack of sleeves. Well, I've got a pack of sleeves laying here. I forgot to open them up and lay them on the table. All right, so our first pack, first hit out for the Mets. It's also possible that we could find a booklet in here. They're very rare in here, but they do exist, some booklets. So if we come across one of those, we'll be having a really good night. Nolan Arenado to 99. And then another green, and that one is Ryan Healy. And then we have a few base cards there. Our hit from this pack, it's for my Cincinnati Reds, a nice little Jesse Winker, also to 299. So, of course, again, Inception's going to be a mix of our rookies and our younger current players and emerging stars and things like that, they call them. But it's kind of what we're going to find in each pack. There's Eric Fetty and George Springer for our inserts tonight. And our hit is another one for the Mets. How about that? Seth Lugo to 299. Mets have 2 of the 3 first hits out. Not too shabby. Well, if you have the Mets, I guess not too shabby. Maybe you're not thrilled if you don't have the Mets. Dustin Fowler, that is numbered to 75 for the Oakland A's. So I think we can safely assume, well, actually, yeah, there's 2 different colors here. They look similar, but the sort of purpley color is to 99. The more reddish color is to 75. And, of course, the green, the Clint Frazier there, unnumbered. An insert, but not a numbered insert. And my Cincinnati Reds with another hit. That is Amir Garrett to 299. So 2 Reds and 2 Mets. Oh no, maybe this is going to be one of those where they load up certain teams. I prefer when they mix it up a little more, but you never know. Jacob deGrom to 99 for the Mets. And our base. Our hit is an autograph patch card for the Diamondbacks. A nice little Anthony Banda there. That is a really cool patch, and it is numbered to 75. And I really like that. I really like that hit. I need some thick card sleeves for that, though. So let's get Mr. Anthony Banda all sleeved up there. So nice hit for the Diamondbacks. The Nationals with Victor Robles, 299. And then we have a green J.D. Davis. And here is our case hit. Our silver signings case hit is Dustin Fowler to 99 for the Oakland A's. So we should still have a jumbo patch card coming out of here too. That'll be a case hit, but this is one of our case hits, the silver signings. Whoops, I got that pack upside down, didn't I? Harrison Bader, Kenley Jansen. I tell you what, I'm just gonna put our numbered cards in a sleeve later, save us a little time right now. I'll do that after the break. And the A's are cleaning up. Here's Franklin Barreto to 75. So the A's and the Reds and the Mets are really cleaning up. Out of this case anyway. Philip, I like the looks of Inception too. I've always enjoyed Inception. Tampa Bay Rays and the Marlins for our 2 inserts. You know, I guess it's very unique, design in many senses because there's some people that really like it and there's some people that really don't. I've always been a fan of this card design. Lucas Sims. Finally, we get a different team. And coming out for the Braves, it is Lucas Sims to 299. Another nice patch there. And, of course, those are sticker autographs when they come on a patch card, which is pretty much the norm for Topps. It's super rare for them to have an on-card autograph paired with a patch. Dominic Smith for the Mets and a Lucas Sims for the Braves numbered to 50. I think that's the lowest number insert we've pulled so far anyway. And the Brewers get involved with Brandon Woodruff, and that is also numbered to 50. So that's, I believe, our lowest. Well, I start to say our lowest hit, but Silver Signings may have been numbered lower than that. And, of course, we will recap Inception after we get everything opened here. Zach Granite for the Twins to 75. And then Lucas Sims and the Braves with the green parallel. There went an Alex Verdugo. And my Cincinnati Reds have themselves another hit. And this is Tyler Mahle, numbered to 299. We got a little pinstripe in there, so it always makes me happy when it's not just a single color patch. So my Reds doing surprisingly well in this break too, with quite a few cards coming out. Jimenez for the Tigers. There's a Ryan Healy for the Mariners, numbered to 50. The Ichiro note, he is for the Marlins there. Of course, we know he's currently, well, he's actually currently in the front office with the Mariners. But anyway, he is a Marlin on that card, so that's where he's going to go. Usually if I see something like that go by, I try to point it out. The Yankees hit with Clint Frazier, and that is an awesome patch. And it is numbered to 25. So Yankees and Clint Frazier. I bet you wanted Andahar, right? Probably, instead of Clint Frazier. But that's still a very nice hit. And Clint Frazier's can be fine long term. He's just not coming along as quickly as Torres and Andahar, I think. Sean Newcomb, Braves. Brandon Woodruff, Brewers. And here is another hit for the A's. Bruce Maxwell. That is numbered to 299. So this is one of those cases where maybe somebody at Topps did not do the best job of randomizing the selections that went in, because we seem to have a lot of the same teams kind of flowing through here. This is numbered to 150, Brian Anderson and the Marlins. Then we have a Mike Trout green parallel. Our hit here is another hit for the Reds. It is Tyler Mahle, numbered to 75. The last Tyler was with a patch. This Tyler is a patch and a sticker on the last one. That's a nice little on-card autograph for Tyler there. Francisco Lindor to 150, followed by a Jordan Montgomery insert for the Yankees. There's a Devers and a Rosario that went by. Matt Olson for the A's. This is getting kind of crazy for the A's. This is numbered to 99. So if you have Oakland, you know, we're going to have to like back up the truck to get all your cards to you, I think. Seems like Oakland has an abundance of riches here. There is Jose Abreu to 150 for the White Sox and an Alex Bregman green parallel. Couple of back-to-back Nicky Delmonico's. That definitely tells you somebody didn't do a very good job randomizing. Back-to-back Nicky Delmonico's in that pack. And here is Christian Aurora for the Giants, numbered to 99. So we have a different team coming out at last. And one pack left. I guess this should be our jumbo patch card then, I believe, because I'm pretty sure those are case hits. Freddie Freeman for the Braves. Jose Altuve, numbered to 25 for the Astros. So a nice low number Astros parallel. We'll go ahead and get him in the sleeve anyway, since he's a nice low numbered card there. Chris Bryant, Zach Greinke, Clayton Kershaw, DeGrom, and it is the Nats. And this is, in fact, our case hit. Our jumbo patch card is Andrew Stevenson for the Nationals, and it is numbered to 150. So our one of our case hits came out early, and the last one managed to hang on until the very last pack. All right, we will recap Inception before we move into Encased Basketball. So we'll take a quick look here at our numbered cards. Again, the rest of these guys I will put into sleeves after the break this evening. I just realized as many as we were going to have, it was probably going to make more sense to do that after the fact rather than as we went along. Our next little pile of hits, one of our case hits, our jumbo patch card, was Andrew Stevenson for the Nationals. Again, the combo of the relic and the signature are sticker autos. The rest of the stuff in here is on card. Tyler Mahle and the Reds. Brandon Woodruff and the Brewers. Then we have a little Lucas Sims for the Braves. One of many for the A's tonight. We have Franklin Barreto there. The A's also with our silver signings case hit, and that is Dustin Fowler to 99. Anthony Banda with a very nice patch card for the Diamondbacks. Amir Garrett, my Cincinnati Reds. Christian Aurora, Giants. For the Mets, Seth Lugo. For the A's again, Matt Olson. For the Reds, another Tyler Mahle. Another Oakland A, that is Bruce Maxwell. Another Cincinnati Red, Jesse Winker. Another Met, Robert Gelman. And then the Yankees with the pretty little Clint Frazier here, numbered to 25. So that has Inception all finished up for this evening. Going to bring us now into Encased Basketball. So let me get our spreadsheet back up. We'll take a look at the information for Encased and get rolling on that one. So if you didn't happen to catch this earlier, here's your projected shipping date. I'm projecting it to go out on Saturday. If I can get it to you faster than that, I absolutely will. If you don't pull a card in this break, the same as it was for Inception, the break that we just finished, your consolation card or cards will go out when the rest of the break ships, because this is a paid shipping break. They only wait to go with your next package if it's in a free shipping break, right? So paid shipping break, they'll go with everything else. So hopefully nobody gets skunked, but if you do, that's the information you need to know. You will get a random trading card, can be from any year, any series. It will, of course, match up with your team, and it will ship with the rest of the break. 8 boxes of 2017-18 Encased Basketball. It's a full case break. Break number 1 came out today. We're opening it today, Wednesday the 27th of June. Same format you guys and gals are accustomed to by now, which is team names are on the left-hand side. eBay user IDs of our winning bidders across from it there on the right-hand side. Many of you may be familiar with Encased from football, because it has been in the Panini football lineup for, this makes the second year, I guess this was. Yeah, 2016, 2017. This is its first appearance in basketball, It's another one that is a 1-pack per box kind of thing. But the awesome thing about Encased is, yeah, kind of what the name suggests. We're going to have 1 encased card per box, and that card will have been graded by Beckett. So we don't have to worry about the bazillion years that Beckett is backed up right now in terms of getting cards graded and returned, because it's already going to be graded and ready to go. So there will be 1 of those in each box. We should also find another autograph card and another memorabilia card in each box. And then I believe a couple of base cards, but I can't remember how many. Maybe not. Maybe only 1 base card. I think the configuration's slightly different than it was in football. So here's our graded card. And here we should find 1 autograph, additional 2 memorabilia cards, and I guess maybe one base card. Is that how that's going to work? I think so, anyway. So we'll look at our base card first. It is D'Angelo Russell, numbered to 25 for the Nets. Oh, look at that. That's a nice way to start things off. You know, we pulled a Karl Anthony Towns autograph basketball jersey over the weekend, which was nice. And here's a nice Karl Anthony Towns on-card autograph numbered to 49 for the T-Wolves. So that is an excellent way to get things started tonight in terms of our autographs. John Collins to 99 for the Atlanta Hawks. Our second memorabilia card is Zach Collins to 99 for the Trailblazers. Now we are going to take a look at our graded card. And our graded card is for the Phoenix Suns, Davin Reed. The card itself is numbered to 99. It's got a nice gem mint grade of 9.5. They don't do any subgrades on these. The autograph has a grade of 9, you can see on the back. But yeah, this is something when they started Encased in Football, it was like a big to-do. We didn't know why there were no subgrades on there. And of course, fairly soon, around that same time, Ben Beckett announced, oh, hey, you can get your card graded and not get the subgrades, and it'll cost you less and whatever. So it was kind of, I guess, heralding their newest product, if you will. But in the meantime, we usually send things in and get subgrades, but they don't have them in here. Our base card is to 99 for the Clippers. It is Avery Bradley. We have a redemption. We're going to set it over there and come back to it. Markelle Fultz relic to 99, 76ers. Behind that, we have the big man, Bam Adebayo, to 99 for the Miami Heat. And our graded card, drum roll. If I had a drum, I would give you a drum roll. Hi, Bryce. Kawhi Leonard, and it is numbered to 5. So really nice low number Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. And it also graded out the card itself at 9.5 gem mint, and the autograph graded at a 9. Might be one of the last times we get Kawhi Leonard in a Spurs uniform, right? Sounds like he's getting out of town. Our redemption, which we will, of course, verify at the end of the break, because you know I always do, scripted signatures, Richard Jefferson. So we'll go in and verify the team. We'll find out what that's going to be numbered to and all that kind of stuff at the very end of the break. Hi, Greg. How are you? Bryce, Inception is finished up, my friend. Yes, indeed. It didn't take us very long. I figured it would take somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 minutes, and I think it took about that. This is similar. I think takes about 20 minutes or so, and then we'll be finished with it and rolling right into Elite Football. Al Horford to 25 for the Celtics. Our autograph card here, numbered to 49, it is Dominique Wilkins for the Hawks. Here comes a nice Jason Tatum relic, numbered to 99, Celtics. And behind that is a Tony Bradley relic for the Jazz. Our graded card in box number 3 is... Oh, you always know I say his name wrong. Todosic. That's not right, but it's, you know, yeah, well, that's the best I can give you. And it is numbered also to 5. It is number 5 of 5. Once again, we get a nice 9.5 gem mint grade. Hey, and a 10 on the autograph for Milos. So nice grading on that all the way around for the LA Clippers. Bryce, I don't remember any Rockies hits. There were some Mets. There were several Cincinnati Reds. There were several for the Oakland A's. There were some Braves. There were some Diamondbacks. You know, and I'm sure I'm not remembering all of them off the top of my head. And I definitely can't tell you about all the numbered cards or the base cards. I'm thinking just of the signature and relic cards. But I don't remember any Rockies being in there. Zach Levine to 99 is our base card for the Bulls. Our autograph card is also a relic. Jrue Holiday to 49 for Nola. Somebody's helping me out there. Somebody says, Sam Tech says we had at least a numbered Nolan Arenado for the Rockies. Thank you very much for helping me out with that. You guys know I only retain them long enough to kind of say them, and then they're out of my head. Numbered to 99 for the Trailblazers. Some dual relics for Damian Lillard. And a trio of relics for the Hawks. Numbered to 99, Tyler Dorsey. Graded card here. Harry Giles, numbered to 5. Lots of low-numbered hits in this particular case. And it is graded 9.5 gem mint card autograph to a 10. Of course, Harry Giles came in with a knee injury, and they did not play him last year. Let that heal up, so we don't kind of know what we have with him yet. I mean, you can base it a little bit, I guess, on how he played with Duke, but the college game doesn't always translate to the pros, as we all know. So be interested to see how he comes back when they get him back on the court. Derek Favors, numbered to 10 for the Jazz, and first in the series, number 1 of 10. Yay. And the Celtics hit with Tom Henson. Is it Henson? Heinsohn? Well, something remotely similar to one of those two. And it is numbered to 99. It's definitely, of course, a way back sort of thing. He was, it says, the top rookie in 1956. So that might be why I don't remember him. Jordan Bell to 99. Relic for the Golden State Warriors. Here come the Raptors. DeMar DeRozan to 99. Triple relic. I was so happy that Dwayne Casey got, well, I'm happy that he went on and was voted Coach of the Year at the NBA Awards. But I'm also really happy that the Pistons didn't leave him out of work too long. I was kind of burned up a little bit that, the Raptors fired him. So, did they seriously grade a redemption? How stupid. Well, they didn't grade it, but they encased it. Like, how dumb is that? Although, I don't know, you may be able... Okay, here's the deal. They have encased a blank card. How incredibly stupid is that? And they've put the sticker on the outside. So when you get it, you'll be able to scratch off the thing. The important part is that it's Donovan Mitchell, okay? That's the important part. And, of course, that's who you would want. And it's for the Jazz. And we'll find out how low-numbered it's going to be when we go to the checklist. But I just think that is really incredibly dumb that they did it the way that they did it. At first, I was thinking you're going to have to crack into that to even be able to scratch it off and get your code. And then I kind of felt that, yeah, the sticker's attached to the outside. But why would you waste that to encase literally a blank card? Because the sticker's not even attached to the card, it's attached to the case. People do weird stuff sometimes. Anyway, we have Kevin Durant /99, Golden State Warriors. J.J. Redick signature, also numbered to 5 for the 76ers. We've had very good luck in pulling low numbers. I mean, this is a low-numbered set anyway, but we've pulled a lot to 5 tonight. C.J. McCollum, Trailblazers, triple relic. Coming in behind that, we have Danny Granger /99 for the Pacers. And our graded card, John Collins for the Hawks. And it's numbered to 99. Card itself has a grade of 9. The autograph has a grade of 10. Of course, so far, the star of the night is the Donovan Mitchell, for sure, at the moment. I guess you'll get that graded. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work. Because if it had been live in the product, you would have gotten it encased and graded. But obviously, if they had it already, it would have... I don't know what they'll do. I don't know if when they get his signatures, if then they'll send it off to Beckett, or I don't know how that's going to work. It says numbered to 99, Kyle Lowry and the Raptors. Hey, a throwback to the Supersonics. Vin Baker /25. For anyone who might not know this already, the former Seattle Supersonics, that franchise, is the current Oklahoma City Thunder. And cards do always stay with their franchise. There's a whole section of that down at the bottom of every listing down there in that little special circumstances area. But so Seattle Supersonics go to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Portland Trailblazers, another C.J. McCollum /99, triple relic. And a dual relic /99 for the Bulls with Chris Dunn. Our graded card here is Zach Collins. That is numbered to 10. And card grades out at 9.5. Autograph grades out at a perfect 10 for the Portland Trailblazers. And we have one left to go in this first case of Encased Basketball. Of course, we're opening another case, I think, tomorrow night, right? And then we'll open some more next week. I think I've got maybe 5 or 6 cases of this in total, something like that. Russell Westbrook /99, Oklahoma City Thunder. The Denver Nuggets with Juwan Howard /25. Bam Adebayo /99, triple relic for the Heat. And then for the Kings, Vince Carter /99. That's also a relic for Sacramento. And our final graded card of the evening. Oh, boom. Did we crush this case or what? Like, we kind of already halfway crushed it with Donovan Mitchell. Now we have crushed it. Here is Mr. Jason Tatum /99. Card grades out at a 9. Autograph grades out at a perfect 10. And our, what I would probably call our 2 marquee rookies of the year, we just busted right out. So very nice. Okay, we do have a couple of things to do before we recap, and that involves going to the checklist. So we'll take a look at Richard Jefferson. We will also take a look at Donovan Mitchell. At the very least, we should be able to find out what Donovan Mitchell is numbered to, I believe, I hope, I think. And I put you on the wrong page. Let me put you on the correct page. And let's take a little scroll down here and find this and see what we've got happening. So, yeah, you guys got, if you had the Celtics or the Jazz tonight, you're very happy along about now. Why do I not see where I need to be? Oh, there it is. Because I'm blind. I'm blind, I tell you. Okay, so Richard Jefferson is Scripted Signatures is the card set, and he is card number 23. So let's pull him up first. Come on, Richard Jefferson. He's going to be numbered to 99. So I'm going to write that on the sleeve here. So hold tight, please. And now we're going to buzz over here and check out Donovan Mitchell. The card set on that, if you recall, is Rookie Notable Signatures. So it is right here. He is card number 180, and it's going to be numbered to 99 for the Jazz and Donovan Mitchell. Okay, so let's recap. Might as well start with those. Donovan Mitchell will be numbered to 99. We hope you're going to get it graded when you get it. I don't know how they're going to handle this redemption. But anyway, in the meantime, you have this sort of weird configuration of your redemption card being encased. Although, you know, the sticker part's on the outside, so you'll be able to scratch the code. Then a redemption for the Nuggets for Richard Jefferson. That will be numbered to 99. Actually, we'll do the rest of those last. We'll do this other stuff first. So we'll buzz through our relics here. Of course, we've already talked about all of our numbering. We've already looked at the back of everything. So on our second pass through, we're just kind of taking a glance at the front as we go along. In case someone missed it earlier, maybe you're watching the tape delay, you've scrolled ahead, or fast forwarded, I should say, so that you didn't have to watch all the opening. So that's what this part's for. Whoops, he's also an autograph. Let's put him in the other pile. So you got a Jason Tatum relic too, right? I forgot about that. Of course, you don't probably care as much about the relic after you pulled the nice graded card, but nonetheless, still good to have a spare of something, right? Always good to have an extra hit along the way. So Jrue Holiday was our combo autograph relic. Everything else in this stack is just a straight up autograph. Juwan Howard and the Nuggets, of course, once again, Supersonics are the current Oklahoma City Thunder, and that's where that will be sent. The J.J. Redick for the Sixers. Tom Henson, whichever it might be, for the Celtics. The Atlanta Hawks with Dominique Wilkins. And the nice Karl Anthony Towns for the T-Wolves to 49. That's an awesome little hit in and of itself. Of course, we already looked at our two redemptions, so you guys know what the deal is there. Now, the rest of our graded cards. For the Clippers, numbered to 5, card grades out at 9.5. Kawhi Leonard, numbered to 5, and the card grades out at 9.5. For the Phoenix Suns, Davin Reed to 99, card grades out 9.5. Jason Tatum, live in the product, numbered to 99, card grades out at 9. Zach Collins, numbered to 10, card grades out at 9.5. John Collins, because why not have, you know, might as well have both Collins rookies, numbered to 99, card grades out at 9. And then finally, Harry Giles, numbered to 5, card grades out at 9.5. So, you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. We pulled Jason Tatum graded and a redemption for a Donovan Mitchell graded. Out of, 8 boxes, we hit 2 of the dominant rookies of the season. I'm pretty happy with what we did there. Hopefully you guys are as well. I'm a fan of the encased product, so I got as much of it as I could. They didn't let me have as much as I wanted, but I definitely got as much as I could. We get our spreadsheet put back together, and we're going to be rolling into Elite Football. And I am not too bad on my time estimate, right? I said it'd be 40, 45 minutes, and we're hitting about that. So I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm patting myself on the back a little bit for that. I know that's not very good, is it right? You're not supposed to do that sort of thing, like congratulate yourself, but but yet I was feeling a little happy about it. Okay, so once again, your projected shipping date is Saturday for everything we're breaking tonight. I'm going to try my best to get it out to you faster than that, but for the moment, projecting Saturday. Elite Football, every team should pull cards. We should not have to worry about consolation cards in Elite. And this is a 12-box full case break, 2018 Elite Football, break number 1. Once again, came out today, released today. eBay auction ended tonight, and we're breaking it tonight, Wednesday night, the 27th of June. We have, of course, the team names on the left and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder across from each team on the right-hand side. And I am super looking forward to opening this. I've actually been super looking forward to opening everything that we just opened. I was like really, really excited about all the stuff coming out this week. And I'll tell you right now, I don't have as much Elite Football as I wanted to get. This is another one where, you know, they said, yeah, it's allocated. You can't have as much as you want. That seems to be the story of just about everything that's come out for the last 12 months. It doesn't seem like it's going to be changing anytime soon. So I did manage to get my hands on, I believe it is 3.5 cases in total. So we'll have obviously 3 full cases, and after we open those remaining 6 boxes will go together to make a little half case break for us somewhere towards the end. And I got a few first off the line, but they made it a limit of 4, so that was kind of a drag. Wasn't able to get a full case or even a half case, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with those yet. I don't know if I'm just going to open them myself or if I'm going to do a break with them or mix them with something. I don't know. We'll decide that later. We got a ways to go yet, so... Hey, E-Fly, North Dakota, how are you? Oh, and Dwayne, I see that you said you had the Nuggets in Encased. I don't know if I saw that a minute ago, so I apologize, Dwayne, if I didn't see that and acknowledge you a minute ago. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I get all wrapped up in, you know, recapping and getting something out of a box or a case, and I lose track, so sorry about that. But E-Fly, for sure I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been, man? Have you been flying around North Dakota? I know, so corny. What is wrong with me tonight? I don't know. It's been a weird day. I'll tell you how my day started off, and then you're going to understand why my head is weird today. So some of you know, some of you don't. I have an older neighbor, 90-something years old. She fell down the stairs 10 days or so ago, 10, 12 days ago. She was in the hospital. She never came home. They took her straight to rehab, and that's where she still is. She has animals, so I go over twice a day, every morning, every evening, take care of her animals, bring in her mail, you know, blah, blah, blah. The stuff you do when neighbors are not home. So this morning, I was there, and one of her animals is sick, and I had been upstairs. It's isolated because the vet told me to. So I was upstairs taking care of that animal, and I guess I definitely didn't hear, apparently, someone knocked on the front door. I didn't hear it. And so I'm downstairs getting the cats fed and scooping their litter box and all this, and all of a sudden I see somebody like trying to push through her back gate, and I'm thinking, what in the world is happening right now? This does not seem good. I'm thinking, hey, maybe I need to call the cops or something, because it seems like somebody's trying to break in through her back gate. And about that time, who should come through her back gate but a policeman? So he's up knocking on the door, and so I answer the door, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I didn't set off the alarm. I've got the code, etc. I mean, obviously I have keys to the house. And are you, asking me if I'm Cindy. I'm like, no, I'm not Cindy. So then he thinks he's at the wrong house. He makes a call. He comes back. He wants to come in. So I tell him, like, what's going on. He won't tell me why he's there. Makes me get my ID. He's, like, checking my ID and all this stuff. It is so strange. And finally, after I've been kind of held there for 20 minutes, I find out that someone called to do a welfare check on her, like one of her 94-year-old friends didn't know she was in the hospital. So they thought I had broken in and, like, offed my neighbor, apparently. That is numbered to 99, Mike White and the Cowboys. So that is how my day started. Before I had breakfast, before I had my Red Bull, before I did anything, I was waylaid by the police under suspicion of offing my neighbor who's in the hospital. So there you go. That's been my day. Jalen Ramsey for the Jags, numbered to 99. But, you know, hey, it's always good to have something interesting happen, right? Anthony Miller is our pen pal autograph for the Chicago Bears. And it's so, so, so cool to see our rookies coming out in their NFL uniforms. I always like that about Elite. I look forward to it because I do not have to remember who was drafted where. And that's the truth. That is one of the main reasons I look forward to it. I don't have to remember anymore. Rookie elitist insert for Sam Darnold. And, of course, he's a Jet. And right as I say, they're in their college uniforms on that insert. There he is in his collegiate uniform. But the majority of the time when we find our rookies in here, they will be in their NFL uniforms. This insert says what? Field Vision. And it is numbered to, 75. It's actually kind of cool, too. You might notice. So, E-Fly, you are a fast pitch softball coach. That's kind of cool. That is numbered to 699, and it is Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. A guy who I think is going to end up doing very well for the Ravens. Brian Dawkins for the Eagles. And Impact Impressions is the insert. Looks like we've got a little imperfection kind of down there on that lower left corner. You can see a little bit there. And that is a sticker autograph on the Brian Dawkins. I don't know if I said this already, but we should be finding 2 autographs per box, which we did already find, and then 1 memorabilia. Odell Beckham Jr. to 99 for the Giants. So that's kind of the rundown of what we're looking for. Nice. Is that spellbound insert going to be numbered? We better check it out. Yeah, to 295. Because obviously this is my first time getting my hands on these today too. That's to $6.99. A lot of times I like to get by the local card store to $6.99 for the Bengals and buy some packs and open some of the stuff myself to just kind of get a feel for what's in a set and what to look for. But I didn't have time today because, well, you know, the whole neighbor thing. And then I had to take some for cats to the vet. More cats to the vet. I already took cats to the vet this week. Now different cats had to go to the vet. It's been crazy. Tennessee Titans and Derrick Henry. That is numbered to 99. And what do we have here? Is that numbered for Carson Wentz? It is not, but it is like a playing card. Of course, you can see. So an insert made to look like, you know, a regular playing card. Numbered to 299 for the Titans. And we have a little notation here signed by the Dolphins. You'll note, of course, he's in his Patriots uniform, but there's our sign by the Dolphins. Dolphins there and Dolphins there. So, of course, it's always going to go to the team that is listed on the card, which is, as you see, is not always going to match up with the uniform they're wearing. This is numbered to 28, oddly enough, for Anthony Averett and the Ravens. So usually I try to point that out because sometimes, you know, if you're just watching a card go by and you see the uniform, you're going to think, hey, that's my card. And then when you don't get it, you won't know why. That's to 199 for the Saints. So that's why I like to point out stuff like that. Captain Clutch, Dan Bailey insert. And for the Raiders, our relic is Khalil Mack. And we are closing in on the last of box 1. Hard hats, that's a long time insert for Elite. That's hard hats has been an Elite football insert for many years. So, you know, this is a decent size break. It's not as bad as some, but you're still talking about 1,200 cards. Did some over the weekend that were 2,200 cards roughly. Those were brutal. Worst part about this is just getting all the packs open. I'd rather have 10 cards per pack and 10 packs per box than to have to open 20 packs with 5 cards a pack. I'm all about efficiency. But, you know, stuff like this, it's designed obviously to be sold at retail, and they still kind of consider it to be a retail product. I mean, not a retail product, it's a hobby product sold only to hobby stores. What I mean by a retail product is it's still configured in the way it would be configured if you were selling it in your hobby store. And of course, these days, so much of the volume really comes from breaking. But these long-term flagship type brands, you know, they weren't designed for breaking, because it wasn't a thing when they were first designed, for the most part, or for many of them anyway. So that's why we have this stuff with 20 packs and 5 cards a pack versus, you know, the way we see things come now. New products usually designed a little more with the breaker, or the breaking in mind, I should say. Malik Jefferson for the Bengals, that is numbered to 199. For the Packers, we have a little die cut. Hey, hey, Packers. Numbered to 24 with Devontae Adams. And that's a pretty cool die cut. That's a different sort of die cut look than we've had in the past. I have to say I like it. I like the little change of pace there. This is numbered to 699 for the 49ers. Captain Clutch for the Giants. Those inserts, at least the ones that are that coloring, are not numbered. If we find any with different coloring, we'll flip them over and find out what's what. But I think as long as we see them coming out silver, they're probably going to be unnumbered. Justin Tucker to 99 for the Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens again. Anthony Averett. And that is numbered to 99. A redemption. We're going to set it up there and hold you in suspense. That's so awful, isn't it? So mean. Marquette King, numbered to 299 for the Raiders. I haven't looked at it either, so, you know. We're both kind of gonna do the big reveal. We'll see it at the same time together in a little bit. Hard hats for the Buffalo Bills, and that also an unnumbered insert, at least in that base coloring. For the Green Bay Packers, we have Clay Matthews to 299. And here is another rookie elitist. This one for the Lions with Kerryon Johnson. Of course, again, he's in his collegiate uniform, but we know he goes to the Lions. So I guess I do still have to sort of remember a lot of these. That's all right. Most of them I know now, at least of the primary ones. Alex Collins, numbered to 299. Tidal Waves for the Packers, Aaron Rodgers. Here comes Nyheim Hines. He is our pen pal on-card autograph for this box, and it is out for the Colts. Does anybody else get the feeling with Andrew Luck that the deal is mental with him at this point and not so much physical? I mean, because they say there's no soreness in the shoulder. He's been throwing, but only throwing the high school size football. I mean, at one point he said something about like being weirded out about being able to throw and etc. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that Andrew Luck is having a mental issue with throwing, not so much a physical one. Deshaun Watson Elite coverage. That's a little relic there, a little dual relic actually. Two patches down there. Numbered to $6.99 for the Browns. So that's going to be kind of weird if that's his deal and he can't get it together. What are they going to do over there in Indianapolis? He's got I don't know what they're going to do with him. That is numbered to 24. The Biscuit, Mitch Trubisky die cut. Because, I mean, really, how long has it been since? It's been back, what, 2016 since he's been on the football field. Jordan Howard for the Bears. That is numbered to 299. Here's our redemption, and I'm going to keep it right there. We're going to add to it any other redemptions that we find along the way tonight, and then we're going to flip them all over together. Oh, the Game 20 said that he saw, you saw Andrew Luck throwing in person. You say he looks fine, and he's huge. Well, that's good. So he's been working out, so that's good news. And I think it is. I think his thing has just been mental. I don't know. And Daddy Banks says that Drew Brees told Andrew Luck that it was all mental for him when he was recovering. Well, that would make sense then. Yeah. You said Andrew Luck rode his bike on 56th Street in Indy, and you saw him and he was jacked. Well, that's good. That's all good then. If we can just get him mentally right, we'll be all right. And Daddy, you think that Nyheim Hines is going to be the next Alvin Kamara. Okay. Well, I'm not familiar really with him. A lot of our draft prospects, I at some point saw them play collegiately, or I kind of, watched some of their film and things like that. But I was not familiar with Hines, really. So I'll have to go back and do a little more. I'll have to do a little deep dive on that, since you're projecting him to be the next Alvin Kamara. Sounds like that might be a good place to invest. Well, I hope that Andrew Luck can get himself straightened back out, because, I mean, I like the guy. And frankly, it's the Colts. No offense. I know you guys live in Indy, and I'm sure you're Colts fans, but I think kind of it's the team's fault a little bit that he's as jacked up as he is, because, hey, he was injured in he played injured for most of 2016. And I'm sure he probably told them, oh, I'm fine. But, most competitive guys are going to say that. They want to stay on the field. And it's somebody's job there in the front office to shut these guys down when they are the face of your franchise and the future of your franchise, and say, hey, bro, you're really maybe not okay. Let's shut you down and get you fixed. But he played all of 2016 injured. And I think that's just what has made it so much worse. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. DJ Moore, our pen pal on card autograph, and it is for the Panthers. So I'm just glad the guy's, going to get back out there and hopefully going to look good doing it. Numbered to 299 for the Seahawks. Of course, you guys know I am predominantly a Steelers fan. That's my primary team. That's numbered to 25. We got 2 different teams on there, so that's going to be set aside. If we don't have the same owner for both teams, we'll have to use random.org to award that at the end of the break. But even though I am a Steelers fan, There are lots of other teams I follow and also like. Some of them because they have players that I like or players that have come from my alma mater. I graduated from the University of Kentucky, so we don't have a lot of pro football players. The ones we do have, I want them to do well. So I do appreciate good play, really, from about any team. But the Steelers are my main groove, and of course I always want us to win, whoever we're playing. Turn of the century, Jaleel Scott for the Ravens. That's a nice little hit right there. It is numbered to 49 for the Ravens. That one was a sticker. I guess you probably figured that out, that was a sticker auto. So that's what I'm saying about that. This is numbered to 99. Another Raven. That one, Justin Tucker. The Ravens, I've got a friend who's, she and her family are huge Ravens fans. They always make my life very difficult if we lose to the Ravens. Harrison Smith hard hats. Harrison Smith is the cousin of one of my very close friends. So, see, I'm also a little bit of a Vikings fan. Marty Marr Encased has already gone. It is already in the books, finished up. We're on the last break of the night right now, which is this case of Elite Football. Throwback Threads, Michael Vick. Wow, that is throwing back. That is numbered to 99 for the Falcons. So he must be slowly working his way back into the good graces of the powers that be, because of course, you know, he got, well, he went to prison. That's numbered to 299 for the Redskins for, you know, illegal dog fighting. It was kind of bad. It was actually really bad because I'm, you know, well, it just was. It is. And anyway, of course, he's, you know, reformed and been to prison and all that. And now we're starting to see him show back up in products. So I guess somebody's saying he's paid his dues, in other words. Alvin Kamara and the Saints, that is numbered to 299. My question is, when are they going to start working O.J. Simpson back in? Because you know they're going to. I mean, you know they are. You know they are. This is numbered to 699. I mean, you'd like to maybe think that they wouldn't, but I bet they do. Be willing to put a little money on it that he's going to start, now that he's out of prison, he's going to start showing back up in products somewhere along the way. Le'Veon Bell, numbered to 299 for my Steelers. He made one little Instagram post today and got everybody all up in arms again. Leonard Fournette for the Jags to 299. Which is that he just put up a picture of himself in his Steelers uniform and typed the word optimistic with a little thinking emoji. This is numbered to 10 for the Raiders. Marcel Aitman. And so now, of course, everybody's convinced that the long-term deal that he has been seeking, that has been, you know, everybody said 24 hours ago, no way was it ever going to happen. It was dead. It was done. It was franchise tag, and then he'd be gone. Now all those same people today, oh, yeah, that deal's going to get done. Like, what? That's to 199 for the Ravens. Like, just yesterday, you said, you know, but you know how that stuff goes. Always kind of rolls that way, doesn't it? But we shall see. We shall see. Let's consolidate so I can keep an account of how many we've got left to go. Oh, Gina says OJ is signing at the National. See, I didn't even know that. I thought I saw the list of signers at the National. Well, of course, I guess they probably add to it all the time, and I guess with the last that I looked at it, I did not see O.J. Simpson on there, but it does not surprise me. But Daddy says if Michael Vick gets back into signing cards, then we know OJ's not far behind. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But Gina, you know, to your point about those people that sign at the National, I mean, of course, I guess they probably invite them, but at the same time, they make a lot of money, those guys that come to sign. I mean, I don't know if any of you have been to the National or if any of you have priced any of that kind of stuff, but it is not uncommon for these guys to get 100 plus to sign a mini helmet. You want them to sign a full-size helmet or something like that. Some of the kind of mid to top end guys getting $150, $160, $180 to sign something like that. I mean, even flat stuff, i.e. a program or a photograph. Most of the guys, even guys that played 100 years ago, still getting $25, $35. Anybody that's a semi-big name or recent or current, those guys are getting $60, $70, $80 to sign a picture. I mean, a lot of money to be made. So I imagine that there's a fair amount of those people that also approach, you know, TriStar, who runs the autograph part of the National. But I don't know. It's all a crazy, crazy thing. Philly fan, you are asking me about 2011 Prime Signatures or 2016 Black Gold. I have about a half a case of 2016 Black Gold sitting in there right now. This is to $6.99. We most recently broke Black Gold, like last week about? I also have some 2014 Black Gold I still need to work through. And I have some 2011 Prime Signatures. I don't have a lot of it sitting around. That is numbered to 99. I almost missed the number. But I probably have a case or a case and a half of it here. It's to $6.99. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have at least a case that we started and I didn't finish. So in other words, we broke the first half and I haven't broken the second half yet. And maybe another full case as well. But 2011 Prime is one I order in fairly often. But basically, I've just had so much stuff breaking with so many base cards lately. I haven't had a lot of time to work in that sort of stuff. That's been the main problem. That is nice. It's numbered to 49. You would think, though, looking at the relics, that it would have been numbered higher than that, because usually, if you find relics that look that nice, it's lower numbered. But either way, if you have the Bears, I'd say you like that, because your relics are cool, your number is low, and I like it. So yes, I will be working some more of that in. I just don't know exactly when, because of course we had, what, 4? That's to $2.99. We had 4 products come out today. 2 of them base heavy, being this one and Stadium Club Baseball. And then we've got another product, which is Museum Collection, coming out on Friday. And I have multiple cases of all of it. Ronald Jones, Pen Pal on card for the Buccaneers. So at some point, yes, I will be working some of that back in. But maybe around the middle of next week, I can try to get some of that up for you, Philly fan. And then we'll try to go from there. Frankly, I like to kind of keep it in the rotation, but it's also a time consideration. This is to $6.99, Mike White and the Cowboys. Which is why a lot of times when we're doing multiple cases like we did tonight, that's numbered to $299. Or I'm opening a case of something that has a tremendous amount of base in it, like we did for the last few weeks with Top Series 2. That's numbered to $299. That's why most of the time what you see paired with that is memorabilia, because obviously memorabilia can be broken very quickly and be shipped very quickly and easily. So that's why you see that pairing. This is numbered to 149. It is a turn of the century Marquez Valdez Scantling for the Packers. So, yeah, that's the deal with that. Gina says OJ and Jim Brown are both add-ons for the National. Okay, so I guess that's the deal. They just probably weren't on the list the last time I had looked at it. To $299 for the Cowboys. And then for the Saints, we have J.T. Barrett. That is numbered to 16. Gina, you're going to your first National this year. And you said, yeah, the signing prices are very high. I mean, very high. To give you kind of an example, there are a number of Steelers players there. Obviously, Cleveland has a pretty close proximity to the Pittsburgh area. That is numbered to 99. And so there's loads of Steelers players there, retired and from various eras, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatnot. Packers to 99. And I counted up and kind of did a quick little run through to say, okay, if I, for instance, took a full-size helmet up there and wanted to have all the Steelers players in attendance sign it, for me personally, what would it cost me? And the signature, the cost alone, just to cover their fees to sign for the Pittsburgh Steelers players that are going to be there, was up over $1,000. Like, that is nuts to me. I mean, even if it does have a dozen signatures on it, it's not like it's a dozen Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger or whatever. I mean, it was just, the money is quite exorbitant to get people to sign. And if you don't know this, here's a little additional factoid for you, if you're not aware of it already. Anybody who's signing at the National, you don't even have to go to get your thing signed, okay? You can fill out a form, send in the money, and send in your item to TriStar ahead of time, and they'll just get it signed for you at the National and ship it right on back to you. No standing in line, no driving, none of that stuff. You just fill out the form and send it in and wait and then get it back. There's even some items I think you can buy from TriStar to have signed, so you don't even have to ship them the item. But most of the time, you would probably send them the item as well. And so there you go. You don't even have to deal with all the crowds and the traffic and the admission and the standing in line and all that other stuff. Just send it ahead of time. Get it signed and get it shipped back. Oh, of course, I guess if you want to meet them, though, right? I mean, that's different, because some people definitely, that's part of the special experience is meeting them. For me, standing in line for 4 days at my age is not a special experience. Now, when I was younger, when I was a kid or even into probably my 20s, I would have said, sure, let's do it. It'd be awesome. Now I'm like, I think I would rather ship it off than have it shipped back. Yeah, oh, Gina, you have a Dolphins helmet that you wanted to get Greasy and Jason Taylor to sign. Each one's over $100. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's crazy money. And that's probably even the price for the mini helmet. I mean, the mini helmets have a different price for most of these guys than the full-size helmets do. And again, like I was saying earlier, the flats are one thing. This is another. That is another. My assumption is because they figure you're going to resell it, they don't want you to make any money on it. I mean, I don't really know the motivation. Because frankly, it costs, why doesn't it just cost the same? It's their autograph, no matter what they sign it on. But that's not how it works. So take that for what it's worth. This is another one. Of course, he's in a Bengals uniform. You can see signed by the Bills. It's a Bills card. So, I don't know. I mean, the National, again, most of that stuff more fun for me when I was younger than it is now. Because now I'm just like, oh, I don't want to stand in line. Plus, frankly, the internet has spoiled me. I'll be the first one to say it. Because instead of going to pick stuff up, it all just shows up at my door now. That's to $2.99. And that is a really, really easy habit to get into. Click and ship. Do not go and stand in line. Here is Dallas Goedert. That is numbered to 10 for the Eagles. Clemens is close to 200. Is that what you said? Wow, that's just stupid. Well, I think Jerome Bettis was is like 160 or 180 to sign a full-size helmet, I think. Which, I mean, you know, I love the bus. I do. But that is a lot of money for that. A lot. And he's, you know, I don't know. Harrison Smith, numbered to 99. I mean, I guess that's the way... I started to say it's the way a lot of these guys make their money, but frankly, they should all have a lot of money. They played in the NFL forever. Aaron Donald, numbered to 99. Made millions of dollars. Like, what'd you do with all that money that you now have to charge me $180 to sign something? Numbered to 299. This is another face-to-face that will end up going to random.org. Unless, of course, we have the same person that would happen to own both teams. For the Raiders, we have Rich Gannon. Hey, that's kind of cool. Numbered to 49. Speaking of throwback signatures, the Raiders with a nice little Rich Gannon hit there. You think, yeah, Ginger thinks it's a little sleazy and that it's ripping off people. You know, I don't totally disagree with that. That's to 99 for the Eagles. I just think the prices are exorbitant. I mean, I'm all for, okay, you know, you want to make a little money on it because for sure, some people are getting stuff signed and reselling it and they're making money on it. So you figure, why don't you make a little? I'm okay with a little. But, I mean, that's a lot. Dante Pettis is our pen pal on-card autograph for the 49ers. And then the other thing is inscriptions. If you want an inscription, that's to $6.99. Then all these guys who are charging you already this rather large sum of money in most cases, they charge you more money if you want an inscription. And it's usually about $50. Some of them will do it for less. But most of them, if you look at their listed prices to add an inscription, around $50. For the Bills, that is numbered to $199. And I mean, that's like an inscription that says, you know, Hall of Fame 1995 or whatever. That's to $699. So, or if you wanted it to say, you know, to my dearest husband or whatever. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Field vision for the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, numbered 225. Nice low number field vision there for the Hawks. So, anyway, that's my story. And I'll just tell you all straight up. If you go to the TriStar website and you look up the information on the National, I'm sure somewhere on there you can find the form where you can, if you're inclined to pay that much money, where you can just send in the money and the form and the item and they'll get it done and send it back to you. Of course, there's other stuff to do there too. I mean, obviously you can go there and there'll be tons of dealers set up and you can buy all kinds of trading cards and buy the box and buy the case and buy the pack, and there'll be people selling individual cards, and there'll be there's a breaking pavilion. There'll be people there breaking cases and boxes. So there's all kinds of other stuff to do too. But, you know, just saying. Gina says you would like to get Larry Sonka. I don't know how expensive he is. I haven't seen the price on that. But I will say this. If you've never been to the National, it's probably worth going to, experience it, have a little fun. This is numbered to 299. It just caught my eye, and so I grabbed it. So I just grabbed it out of the back of the pack because I don't know. It was facing the opposite way, and it caught my eye, and I decided to look at it. The rest of them we'll look at like we normally do. But, of course, the other way that I view all of this, too, is TriStar loads up on the stuff that we will see in their products later on. So they're going to get all these guys to sign stuff for their mini helmet line and their game day greats jersey line and all that sort of stuff. And I wonder, do they pay them? Because they don't pay them, obviously, that kind of money, because otherwise mini helmets and full-size helmets and jerseys would cost a ton more to purchase. So you kind of wonder, do they sign a certain amount of those for free for TriStar in exchange for being included in the show where they're making a bazillion dollars off of all of us? And then TriStar makes even more money because then we pay to buy the mini helmets and the jerseys? I don't know. Alvin Kamara relic for the Saints. So I don't know entirely how all that behind the scenes stuff works, but it's interesting to me. I've always kind of wondered about it. A Pen Pal duel, and this is cool. Browns, look at you go with Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb. That's a really cool hit if you're the Browns. Because I think they're both probably going to be pretty good. Nanya, you are asking, wait a minute, there's a whole bunch coming in at once. Ginger's asking, are the prices low, or are they about the same, or are they higher? Like with anything, shop around, some dealers are going to be offering deals and some probably aren't, and that's to $6.99. And it depends on the relative scarcity. So obviously if everybody that's set up has that product, then it's not going to be as expensive as if, everybody sets up and there's only one person that brought, 2016 black gold or something, then you would probably pay a little bit more. But for the most part, they're pretty comparable. They're pretty reasonable to what you would find online for the most part. Because, they're and there'll be products that are just for the National, and there'll be wrapper redemptions and stuff like that you can do, which usually would involve going to, that is the Colts to $6.99, would involve, say, going to the Topps booth or the Panini booth and buying whatever the product is for the wrapper redemption, for example. You would buy it there at that booth, and then you'd have to sit there and open it like in front of them and then give them the wrappers, and then you might get a special little card set or something like that. It's to $2.99 for the Giants. But there's one thing, at least in the past years, I believe, this is to $1.99. I believe it would be there going forward as well. That with Panini, if you have a bunch of old redemptions, like sitting in your account, like we all do, numbered to $299. Stuff that either the athlete never signed, or, you turned it in after the fact, it was expired, they didn't have it anymore, you haven't gotten it traded out, whatever that case may be. I believe you will be able to go to their booth and say, exchange it, switch it out. This is an Antonio Brown primary colors insert, numbered to 99. And they will, but you will not have any control over it. Like if you switch it out now by finding a live person on email or Twitter or Facebook, whatever, numbered to $6.99, you have a little control over it. You can say, I like the Vikings, or I like this player, I like that player, whatever. There, doesn't work like that. That's numbered to $1.99, Nick Chubb. You just say, yeah, I want to swap it out, and they say, okay, and they clear it out of your account, and they hand you something, and that's what you get, and that's that. For the Colts, turn of the century, numbered to 99. There's another little Heinz for you. So I know that makes you happy to pull a second Heinz for the Colt and in the variation that time. So very nice little hit there, making somebody happy. Here's another face-to-face. That's to 299 Bucks and Titans. The other thing you can do, if you ever do any upper deck stuff, which I do occasionally break some upper deck football. Haven't broken it in a while, but I do break it from time to time. It's to 199 for the Bucks with Vita. And you know, everything in upper deck, of course, is expired, and they long ago lost their license for everything but what, hockey, I guess. And so when you pull expired redemptions with them, it's kind of a drag. But you can send them in. I don't know if you can take them with you and do it there, but I know you can send them in ahead of time. And they put it in some kind of drawing that they do every year at the National. And it's depending on what the original card would have been valued at or something like that. They have different levels of drawings that they put it in. But anyway, it just gets put in a big, bin with everybody else's. And if they draw it out, then you get whatever the card is. And if not, well, no harm, no foul, because they don't otherwise fulfill them anyway. So there's that kind of stuff. And Nunya, you asked me a while ago, and I don't know if I answered you, because I think I read Ginger's thing right behind it. And I remember reading yours, and I don't know if I answered your question. I am in Lexington, so I am not far from the National this year. Honestly, if it were in Cincinnati and I could drive it up and back in the same day, I'd go no problem. But to Cleveland, it's going to take me, like 6 hours or something probably in the car. I don't really think I want to do that. It's kind of like this. I think that it is too close for me to justify flying there, but it is too far away for me to want to drive there. So that's kind of my problem. You could put it somewhere closer to me. Cincinnati, Nashville, Louisville, I don't know. Something like that. Or put it somewhere that I really want to go, like Vegas. Haven't been to Vegas in a few years. Okay, I'm on board. But, I don't know. It's kind of that weird in-between thing that makes me think I'm probably not going. Oh, you went to a Legends game here. All right, cool. I have not been to a Legends game in a while. I'm remiss. That is numbered to 699 for the Steelers. I don't watch a lot of minor league baseball. I should. I mean, they're right here, but I don't. And we were an Astros affiliated team. In fact, Jose Altuve came up through the Legends, came up through Lexington. But now we're a Kansas City Royals affiliation and have been for a few years. That is numbered to 299. Not that you don't still, get good people through for the Royals too, but I don't know, it's different. Here's another Cam Newton to 299. This one's primary colors. The other one was a different Cam Newton, but it was also a numbered insert. So I don't know. I just don't watch a whole lot of minor league ball. Numbered to 99 for the Cardinals with the Josh Rosen. I kind of started to go when Tebow came to town last year. That's to 49. Mainly because I just wanted to see the show, right? like Tebow was just kind of like a traveling show everywhere he went. It was entertaining, I think. Big Ben Roethlisberger on a tidal waves insert. But I didn't go. It was a big crowd, though. I think a whole lot larger than normal. That is numbered to 21. Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. Of course, he moved on then to, Double A after the... I think he just came through here once, and then they moved him to Double A. And we're just Single A here. To $6.99 for the Bucks. That's probably the other thing that impacts my decision a little bit. Because if you're in a town where it's AAA, like you already know kind of who's good, and they're really good usually, and they're pretty close to getting the call up. I think it's more interesting to watch them. I don't know why. I just kind of do. Michael Gallup and the Cowboys. Turn of the century, numbered to 99. All those turn of the centuries are sticker autos, if I did not say that earlier. And then for the Saints to 299. Oh, they had I didn't even know that. They had an Altuve giveaway. How did I not even know that? That's so bad. I live here and I didn't even know that. That's so awful. And Gina, I don't think they may have announced where the show is next year, the National, but I haven't seen it. But that's not to say they haven't done it. Keenan Allen Prime Targets is our insert series, and there's the number to 49. Couldn't see it there for a minute. The line for the Altuve figurine was crazy. Well, I don't doubt that because, I mean, he's a heck of a player. I mean, really. It's pretty cool that he came through here, really. Of course, I think his story in general is pretty cool. I mean, he's so small for a ball player. What is he, like 5'8" or something? 5'7", 5'8", something like that. Jaleel Scott, pen pals on card for the Ravens. And the first time he went to any tryouts, they sent him home. They said, "You're too short." Go home. And so he came back again, and they said the same thing. "You're too short. Go home." This is to 99, Sony Michel and the Patriots. And, basically he would just keep going back and just keep getting sent home. And then one day he actually got to try out, and the rest is history. Numbered to 99, the Manning boys, face to face. Oh, Peyton was a Colt on that. You probably noticed that, but we'll be looking at it again anyway when we have to go to random.org. So, we'll see it again, but he was a Colt on there, not a Bronco. Numbered to 299, a face-to-face with the Patriots and the Ravens. That is to 699. So my UPS driver, I know my UPS driver very well because he's here all the time. He's here almost every day he's here. And so I know he's a Steelers fan. He knows I'm a Steelers fan. And we often talk a couple of seconds of football when he's delivering or picking up or whatever. Obviously, not like he can hang out. He's got a lot to do every day. But we usually manage to get a little chat in. And so he told me today that he won. The Steelers have a call-in thing that you can do. Like they do these live calls. And I think the last one, there was one with Mike Tomlin was the most recent. But anyway, they do all kinds of fun stuff for the fans like that. Conference calls, and you can ask questions, etc. And on one of the calls that I wasn't on, but he won tickets to any game on the 50-yard line, any Steelers game. And he chose Steelers-Ravens in September. And so he told me that today. He's so excited to see Steelers-Ravens. And maybe September 30th, I think is the date that he said it was. So it would be preseason, I believe. And maybe he'll get to see Lamar Jackson play. That'd be pretty cool. Nunya, you said you met him and you think he was 5'6" if he was lucky. Okay, so I was thinking he was like 5'7"-ish, but so maybe even not quite that, huh? Well, I tell you what, it doesn't matter because the guy can play some ball now, so does not matter how tall he is. That's one thing I would say would have to be, well, there's probably lots of things that would be really hard about being a guy, but that would be one of them for sure, is if you somehow came out short, which frankly in sports, they even consider 6 feet and 6'1" and 6'2" short. Like, that would be so hard. Could you imagine if Jose Altuve had been, say, 6'3" versus his height? How much easier his whole path would have been, and probably how much more money he would have made originally. I mean, he's going to make money now regardless. But he had to, what he had to go through to even show them that he belonged just because of his height. That is numbered to 93 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I don't know. I think that would be the hardest part about sports, like knowing that you're good, but if you're not the right height, they're going to pass you by anyway. It's to 299. And who have we here? A die cut numbered to 24 for the Cardinals. And who was that? Oh, Chandler Jones. And Antonio Callaway, numbered to 199 for the Browns. I like the card design this year for Elite. Some years it's better than others. Well, I mean, that's true of any product. Some years it's better than others, but Elite is one that I tend to either love or hate. I usually have an in-between with Elite. That is to 699. And I like this year's design. I think they've done a nice job with it. I wish I had more of it than I do, but that's all right. We're gonna make it work. For the Redskins, Robert Kelly is our relic. But you know what we're not very far away from is Gold Standard Football. I saw it on the calendar the other day, and I'm trying to think what the date was. It's not terribly far away until we'll be busting some Gold Standard Football. Yeah. I love my Gold Standard in any sport. And they made Prestige retail only this year. You know, I figured they just weren't producing it at all because we hadn't seen any kind of order for it, pre-order window or anything. And of course, normally it would have been out already. And I saw the other day that it's retail only now to $199 for the Steelers. Why am I going to put that in sleeve? Oh, that's to $199. We'll worry about that later. Just have it. Joe Flacco. He is numbered to 99. Lamar Jackson is going to take his job. Maybe not right away, but he's going to. That's to $299 for the Steelers. That is to $699. So I think Prestige actually maybe hit stores today, maybe. Sony Michel, Pen Pals, on card, Patriots. Yeah, Ginger, I broke, I think you broke some of that with me, didn't you? We broke some Prestige Basketball way back when it first came out. It was released as a hobby-only product this year. In other words, like we couldn't buy it as breakers, distributors couldn't buy it when it first came out. It was hobby direct is what they call it, meaning it has to be sold to a physical brick-and-mortar hobby store. Kalen Ballage or Ballage, whichever it is, numbered to 99, turn of the century for the Dolphins. But the guy at my local hobby store was kind enough to order some in for me. So we broke that right when it first came out. It's been several months ago now. That is numbered to 75. And I thought it was a nice product. I enjoyed it. And of course, they didn't sell it all. That's numbered to 99 to the hobby stores. They had a bunch left. So then they released it to distributors, 2 or 3 weeks ago? Numbered to 699 for the Colts. So now there's probably lots of people breaking it. But at the time, there were not very many of us breaking it. But I did like it, for sure. But I've always kind of thought prestige basketball was fun. Wait a minute, what is happening right there? Did you just see that? These cards right here are not in a pack. Did you see that? They're just laying there in the front of the box. There are the 5 cards that should be a pack, but they're not in a pack. So that's interesting. Let's do something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there's 20 packs and 5 loose cards. What? That is weird, isn't it? Am I just crazy? That's weird. So we have 5 extra cards here, it seems, and one of them is Traquan Smith Pen Pals on-card autograph for the Saints. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Have you ever seen that before? When you open up the box and there's extra cards just not in the pack, just laying in the front of the box? That's super weird. Super weird. So now what I want to know is, are we going to find another Pen Pals autograph inside these 20 packs? Because technically, we should. Because it looks like somebody just said, oh, hey, here's 5 extra cards, and they fell off the production line. I'm going to stick them in this box before I put the cellophane on them. Like, what was that? So weird. And the other thing is, they're not really even too dinged up. I mean, all things considered, because they weren't in a pack. And I mean, the whole point of the pack with the crimped ends and all that is to keep the edges of the card from bouncing around in the box. Those bad boys just laying right there in the front, rolling all around everywhere, and they came out in pretty good shape. That is, that was weird. I've really literally never had that happen, where I've opened a box of cards and found some just in there loose like that. Yeah, oh well. Hey, we'll take it. As iDaddy says, extra hit. We'll take it for sure. I wonder if it is extra though, if we're still going to get our regular Pen Pals. I hope we do. That would be so, if like a hobby store had opened that, and of course he's going to sell it by the pack, he would have been like, yeah, bonus. I have 5 extra cards for me. Because you couldn't sell them like that, just loose. So weird. Ronald Jones, a different kind of die cut. That is numbered to 24, and it's a different sort of configuration than our other die cuts that we saw coming out earlier. A little Baker Mayfield action, numbered to 199 for the Browns. A relic for the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's Pat Mahomes, but I don't guess that's numbered. I don't see a number on it anyway. A Craftsman relic is what that is. Or what the card set is. So far, just the one redemption, so that's kind of good. Everything's been mostly live. Matt Stafford Field Vision, that one was numbered to 75. So you know it makes me kind of, well, I don't know. Could be a couple of different things, but I have a theory as to who it might be. That's to $6.99 for the Eagles. And another Cam Newton insert, Spellbound. That one, again, numbered to $299. Because I don't know if we had Saquon Barkley live in anything yet for Panini. Hasn't it all been redemptions? At least what I pulled earlier this year for him, they were all redemptions. So it could be, you never know. To $299, primary colors, Aaron Rodgers. You never know. Because Lamar Jackson was live in whatever we just opened. What did we just finish opening? Turn of the century, Luke Falk for the Titans, numbered to 149. Why can't I think of what we just opened most recently? Like the last product, Shaquem Griffin and Lamar Jackson were both live in the product. It was the first one they were live in, and I'm totally just blanked out on the name. MJ Stewart, that's numbered to 99. Well, anyway, since they were live in that last product, I would assume they would probably be live in here. John Kelly to 199. But I don't know. I didn't watch any breaks today, so I don't know who our redemption possibilities are. I think I just laid that in the wrong spot. Not that it matters. I'm going to find them all when I sort anyway. But usually I keep the numbered stuff stacked separately. That's to $199 for the Redskins with Darius Geis. Oh, Luminance. Thank you, Greg. I was like, why can I not think of the name of that product? We opened like 6 cases of it. Couldn't remember the name. Dante Jackson, numbered to 25 for the Panthers. Yes, it was Luminance. Thank you. Sometimes my brain kind of kicks into neutral a little bit. And that was definitely one of those times when it did. Oops, there's another Tidal Waves, Steve Young. So I have a theory that it could be Barkley. I mean, it may not be, but it would be nice if it were. That is numbered to what? $3.99? Does that say $3.99? Yeah, $3.99 Giants. Another face-to-face Vontaze Burfict and Antonio Brown. Perfect is whose name I was trying to think of the other night. We were in a break talking about the player on the Browns that had beat up so many Steelers players, you know, just like bashing them in the knees and various things. Could not think of his name for anything. And the other people in chat were the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name. Yeah, that's who it was. Perfect. Oh, you know what, guys? We did not pull a different pen pal. So that was, those loose cards in the front was one of our autographs. So even though I counted 20 other packs, there was no other pen pal in there. And that was one of 2 autographs. Luke Falk was the second. So it wasn't really a bonus. It was just, it should have been in there because it was the rest of our hits for that box. But yet it somehow was not inside of a pack. So how super weird was that? And then we still had 20 packs. So our extra pack was just whatever, base cards, I guess. So weird. Oh, wait a minute here. So Bryce says you saw a non-redemption Barkley auto. So you saw a live Barkley auto pulled today at your local shop. Uh-oh. Well. Oh, did I call Perfect to Brown? I'm sorry. I was thinking about, I don't know what I was thinking about. No, obviously he's a Bengal. Burfict as a Bengal. We were actually talking about the fact that we didn't think the Bengals coach would keep his job and how he could have been in the playoffs a couple of different years. One of them, they didn't make it because of the meltdown that Burfict had after he got flagged for something and then made contact with the official, inadvertent contact, but nonetheless contact with the official. And then the result of all the penalties is that the Steelers went down and scored and the Bengals didn't make the playoffs. So yeah, I do know he's a Bengal, and if I called him a Brown, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize I called him a Brown. Sorry about that. So anyway, there you go. Gene says it's bad enough that I'm a Steelers fan. I know, but I told you I like other teams as well as my Steelers. I'm not solely a Steelers fan, but if any time, I mean, that is my team. There's no question about that. But it's not to say that I don't also like and watch and appreciate other teams. Because I do. I mean, I like the Packers a little bit. We got Randall Cobb there. Of course, I watch the Vikings because of my friend's cousin Harrison Smith. And I got lots of little weird things, connections, if you will, to other teams that I enjoy too. But yeah, I am surprised I called Burfict a Brown. Sorry. I didn't realize I had done it. To $6.99, the Patriots. And then the Ravens, Terrell Suggs relic. Oh, was it Pac-Man Jones who made the, Adam Pac-Man Jones who made the contact with the official? I thought it was all Burfict that game. Well, I don't know. I only remember the good part, which is that we advanced and the Bengals imploded. That's to $2.99 for the Dolphins. So, yeah, all right. Well, I just got confused as to which one who made the inadvertent contact. I mean, I know they didn't mean to do it. Frankly, I wouldn't have whistled them for it had I been an official. That's still $1.99. But, you know, the officials make lots of calls that we don't always agree with. There's another Dante Pettis Pen Pals for the 49ers. I don't know. You got to kind of think that Marvin Lewis has got to be on the hot seat, don't you? I mean, because he just can't get where they need to go in the playoffs. Sam Darnold numbered to $1.99. But then again, up the road in Cleveland, my goodness. I mean, if there's ever a coach that should be on a hot seat, it's a guy who's won one game in 2 seasons. But Hugh's not on the hot seat, allegedly. They say. So I guess they're not going to have Marvin Lewis on the hot seat either, but I don't know. So much of that, of course, is due to ownership, right? I mean, some owners are just more tolerant of rebuilding and losing in the process than other owners. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to anyway. Bradley Chubb and the Broncos, that is a nice low-numbered turn of the century. That is numbered to 25. Of course, he's got to be a big piece of the line for the Broncos, I do believe. Rachel, you are... Okay, hang on. I see here... what are you guys telling me? Brandon, Encased has already been... And Rachel, oh, you're saying this is Katie. You're on Rachel's YouTube. I gotcha. Wanting to know when the video is going to post. Okay, there's a 2-part answer to that question. The Browns to $6.99. The first part is YouTube will have an archive version of the break, right? Where they just literally post it themselves. I don't do anything to it. It will just show up. That's to $2.99. And it's usually within a couple of hours after the break is over, 2-3 hours. They do something called processing. Who knows what that is? But anyway, whenever they finish whatever that is, that will be available to view. That's numbered to 299 for the Falcons. And I don't think it'll say anything other than just like Leader of the Pack Breaks live stream, and it will have whatever date it ends on, oddly enough. So if we were to end after midnight tonight, it would have the date of the 28th on it. If we end before midnight, it'll have the date of the 27th on it. Dak Prescott, Carson Wentz to 75 face-to-face, go to random. So that will be available first. Then the recorded version is what I will upload myself. That is numbered to 99 for the Packers. That will go up sometime tomorrow. It is usually late afternoon or early evening. The only difference in those two things is that I will put in the proper tags and titles. Obviously, the content is exactly the same. That's numbered to 25, Drew Brees, Spellbound. You know, I mean, there's usually only, 2-3 second difference or something like that, because obviously I have to hit the button on one, and then I have to hit the button to start the other one. So there's usually a second or two difference, and that's it. For the Redskins, 225, we have Trey Quinn. Yeah, someone else asked me about being able to rewind Once Upon a Time. This is to $6.99 for the Colts, and I did not have an answer. I did do a little research after that, and it has to do with the latency. And if you have a lower latency so that the chat is closer to real time, you cannot have the DVR functionality. Otherwise, you change the latency and there's a more pronounced delay in chat, you can have DVR. And it's somewhere in settings, and I don't know where in settings, but anyway. And Brandon, there was something in the 76ers. There was something for the 76ers. I think you had a Fultz relic, and you had something in signature. You had something in the autograph cards. I don't remember if it was graded or un, but you definitely had hits for the 76ers anyway. Rachel, I don't remember about there weren't any Cavaliers that I remember. I don't remember about the Pelicans. But I don't remember any Cavaliers. Now, again, there was a numbered base card in every box that we opened, and I couldn't tell you who any of those were. So there could have been Cavaliers in the numbered base cards, and I would not remember it at all. But I don't really recall Cavaliers in the autographs or relics. And again, not telling you 100% that they weren't, because you guys know I don't really retain most of that, but I don't remember any anyway. So that's the deal with that. But yeah, Encased was about, of course, you know, there's always 4 or 5 minutes at the beginning where I go over everything. Well, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on whatever. And then after that was Inception. And Inception was roughly a 20-minute break. And then after that was Encased. That's numbered to 299. So Encased would probably be 20 to 25 minutes in on the video, something like that. To 99 with Griffin and the Seahawks. And then we have to 299 of Drew Brees, Spellbound, a die-cut Harrison Phillips for the Bills. Was that numbered? Not on the back. Is it numbered on the front? Maybe not. I thought all these die-cuts were numbered. Let me see if I'm... Sorry, I got to get it up closer to my face. You guys know I have a weird vision thing. Nah, I don't see a number on it, so I guess it is not. It's just a die cut. Oh, little, an insert. Blake Bortles, numbered to 299. Mr. Blake Bortles. I'm anxious for the season to get started myself. I want to take a look at all these new quarterbacks and see who gets where. I still say Josh Rosen's going to get there quickly. That's to $6.99. Mainly because of, you know, injuries. Sam Bradford can't stay healthy most of the time. So I would think that Josh Rosen ends up on the field for that reason, really. Numbered to 24, die cut for Tampa Bay. But I guess we'll find out. Everybody says Sam Darnold's looking pretty good, I guess, in camp. So, oh, Bryce says there was on the other die cut where I said that I thought there should be a number and I didn't see a number. He says there was a number that was down there. That I just didn't see it, which I thought there should have been. Let's pick it back up and see if I can. He says it's on the helmet, so let's look again. Oh, wow, that totally, yeah, right there, 17 to 24. I completely did not see that. Even when I picked it up and looked at it a second time, didn't see it. Thank you, Bryce. Appreciate that. Mike Gesicki, Pen Pals, on card, Dolphins. So I'm definitely ready for the season to get started. To $6.99, the Vikings. And an Aaron Rodgers relic for the Pack. And really, I guess we're not that far away, all things considered. Kirk Cousins, numbered to 299. And another playing card. That one is Aaron Rodgers. It would be nice if they made us like a whole little deck that we could put together, but I don't think they do. To $6.99. You know, like where you could take the trading cards and line them all up and make yourself a deck of playing cards. Jamal Charles for the Kansas City Chiefs, passing the torch. Usually, isn't there somebody usually on the other side as well? That's to 49. And it's just Jamal Charles on both sides. But normally, I mean, yeah, usually there's someone on one side and someone else on the other side. But, okay, that is Jamal Charles and the Chiefs on both sides. Ray Lewis, Tidal Waves. That is numbered to 10. So that is a very low number insert coming out for the Ravens. We still have a redemption to flip. Don't forget that. So we're on our last box. And then we'll flip the redemption after we look through whatever we manage to find here. Then we will take our face-to-face cards, which is that sack there, and we'll use random.org to distribute those. Because there are so many, we're not going to go through and do those individually as I would have done had there been only 2 or 3 of them. Instead, we will do it by taking left side of the card, right side of the card. So basically, I'll go to random, type in left, and I'll type in right. And I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times won't count. The third time will be the one we go with. And so if it says right-hand side of the card, then each of those face-to-face would go to the team on the right-hand side. If it came up left side of the card, each of those would go to whatever team was on the left side of the card, so on and so forth. So. Okay, so Bryce says Kareem Hunt is supposed to be on the other side of passing the torch. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, passing the torch always has 2 players on it. So I did not really know. We have a weird case happening here. the weird passing the torch with just one player on it. And then, of course, our interesting 5 loose cards not in a pack that were in our other box. So, super strange sort of case here going on. Oh, I don't know. Quality control maybe took a holiday on a couple of these boxes. I mean, and you would have thought, like, maybe they would have had Kareem Hunt on the back, and maybe they forget his autograph or forget a sticker or something, but he's not even printed on the back. It's just Jamal Charles printed on both sides, so super weird. To $6.99 Seahawks. For the Browns, that is numbered to 99. Hey, is our Bengals fan still on here? If you are, what has happened with Logan Woodside? You know, he got pulled over for DUI or DWI or something similar. Is he still with the team, or did they boot him after that? I never heard. This just made somebody's absolute flipping night right there, because that is the 1 of 1 Josh Allen for the Bills. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That makes up, I think, for the rest of the strangeness that we have had in this case. So, congratulations to the Bills on a beautiful Josh Allen 1 of 1 autograph for you there. That is numbered to $699 for the Steelers. So you said he is still there. Okay. I kind of like that kid a little bit, so I was bummed to see when he got, pulled over and arrested and whatnot, because I was afraid, being a rookie and everything, that they might just boot him, because they're not leaving a lot of margin for error these days with guys in sports. That is numbered to 25, Christian Kirk and the Arizona Cardinals. So I was kind of afraid they had booted him, and of course he may still get cut anyway, but I am glad he's still there for the time being. So then we have the Broncos numbered to 299. Of course, it's not much is going to top Josh Allen 101. Let's just get real. That is a really nice hit. That is to 199 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, we won't know how nice it is till we get into the season a little bit and we find out how things transpire. But for the moment, it certainly looks pretty darn nice. Melvin Gordon to 99 for the Chargers. Any way you cut it, I'm happy that we pulled it. Numbered to 699 for the Raiders. A Tom Brady insert, numbered to 75 for the Patriots. And the other amazing thing is that it held out to the very last box, right? I mean, think about that. It really kind of could have come out really early, but no, it just hung out there. Numbered to 299 for the Lions. You think Logan Woodside was always meant for the practice squad? Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the kid. I thought he had a little bit of upside potential there. But you don't think he could even make it as a backup, huh? It's a 99 T.Y. Hilton. Oh, well. At least they didn't boot him right away anyway. Devonta Freeman for the Falcons. Yeah, somebody gave me grief the other night because I'm a Reds fan. I love the Reds. But because I'm, Reds in baseball and then I go Steelers in football instead of Bengals, somebody was giving me some grief. to 299, Zach Ertz. In fact, I think they said that I was the first person they knew that was both, that could that could be a fan of Cincinnati teams and also a fan of teams in Pittsburgh. I'll grant you, it is a rather intense rivalry in football, anyway. Another Jaleel Scott pen pals for the Ravens. That's at least the second one of those. Maybe we may have more than two, but we definitely have two. Okay, we've got a big recap that we'll be doing. Well, not big. We're not going to recap all the numbered cards because there are a lot, but a decent size recap that we're going to do. But before we do that, we have some other little odds and ends here to take care of. So, before we do anything else, let's flip over our redemption. It is DJ Chark, Turn of the Century's autographs. DJ Chark will be a Jag. We will go to the checklist, verify that he is a Jacksonville player. We will also find out what that's going to be numbered to. Before we do that, we have all of these face-to-face cards, okay? So again, just to recap real quickly, here's what I will do. I'm going to go to random.org. I'm going to bring you along with me. I will type in left. I will type in right. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times you can ignore. The third one, wherever it ends up, let's say it ended up right, then that card would go to the Bengals. If it says left, that card's going to go to the Falcons. So just to review, here are the face-to-face cards that came out of this break. So you know what we're looking at. I always type in left, the left of the card, whether it's a player or a team, or in this case, just typing in the word left. I always go left to right and or top to bottom, depending on how a card is oriented. So that part never changes when we go to random. And let me get you over here with me. And let's get this done. Oh, crud. Wasn't in the box. Try that again. All right, first one, ignore it. The second one, ignore it. Third and final coming up. And there you will see 3 times. There's our date and time stamp. It comes up as the right-hand side of the card. So let's take another pass through now that we know where these are going. So it is Eagles, Bengals, Ravens, Giants, Titans, Broncos, Bengals. Okay, that's how those have been awarded. Now we need to go look up DJ Chark here for the Jags. We're going to find out what, if anything, that is numbered to. And, of course, we will also just verify that he is a player for the Jags. We were using this earlier for basketball, so let me get us set back up here for football. And we'll get this going. What did I say it was? I gotta look that part up again. Turn of the Century autographs. Oh, well, I gotta get... I thought I'd already clicked into this part, but I haven't. Why do I not even see it? Is this technically Donruss? What is the deal here? Hang on. I have clicked somewhere incorrectly, haven't I? Let's try this again. There we go. And we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, turn of the century autographs. He is card number 15 is DJ Chark. And now I've got myself on the wrong page. Now we're all together. It is numbered to 149. So let's get that all ready to go here. And while I'm at it, I'm going to circle the right-hand side of the card. This is on a sleeve, right? And I'm sure you guys all know I would never just pick up a Sharpie and mark on your card, but just so we're all clear, it is not. We already looked at these, of course. You know they all went to the right side. There's our redemption. We just verified it, and it will be numbered to 149 when you receive it. And here we have our die cuts. I did decide to recap those because they're pretty low numbered. That one to 24, to 24, 24. This one, also, all these must be to 24. I guess, in fact, they are, which is why I set them aside, isn't it? Because they were all numbered to 24. So those were our die cuts. Of course, we've got loads of other numbered cards, like probably a few hundred of them, so we're not going to recap all of our numbered cards, but the die cut had been set aside. Here we go with our relics: Falcons, Packers, Ravens, Chiefs, Redskins, Chargers, Saints, Ravens. This is a nice low-numbered one for the Bears. It's to 49 on the Mitch Trubisky. And then we have a nice low number of Michael Vick to 50 for the Falcons. And then we had the Texans and the Raiders. So that comprises each of our relic hits. Our autographs up next. Jaleel Scott on card, Ravens. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 1 of 1. Josh Allen for the Bills. Sticker, but beautiful. Nice hit for the Buffalo Bills. Jamal Charles passing the torch for the 49 or the Chiefs, which should have had, somebody else on the back, I think. But it doesn't. But it's, there you go. Pen Pals Mike Gesicki on card, Dolphins. For the Broncos, we have numbered 225, the nice Bradley Chubb. On card, Dante Pettis for the 49ers, Pen Pals. Turn of the century to 149, Luke Falk and the Titans. Traquan Smith, Pen Pals, on card, Saints. That's the one that was loose in the box, not in the pack. For the for the Dolphins, Kalen Ballage, numbered to 99. Pen Pals, on card, Patriots, Sony Michel. On card, another Jaleel Scott for the Ravens. That's the second one of those. Then for the Cowboys to 99, Michael Gallup. For the Colts, Naheem Hines to 99. Nice little hit here for the Browns. Baker Mayfield and Nick Chubb, dual on-card Pen Pals. A second Dante Pettis Pen Pals for the 49ers. A little throwback signature for the Raiders with Rich Gannon to 49. For the Packers, we don't want to leave them out, to 149, Marquez Valdez Scantling. For the Bucks, Ronald Jones on card, Pen Pals. And the Ravens have another Jaleel Scott. This one is to 49, so they have 3 Jaleel Scotts, 2 of them Pen Pals. For the Panthers, DJ Moore on card, Pen Pal. A second Naheem Hines, this one on card, Pen Pal. And then we have a Brian Dawkins, which is cool. And that is numbered to 25, Impact Impressions for the Eagles. And finally, Anthony Miller on card, Pen Pal for the Bears. I will now put up the spreadsheet information in case someone logged in part of the way through and you didn't see it earlier, or perhaps you're watching the recap and you just scroll to the end and you still want to get the 411 on everything else. Let me get that up. We'll take a look at that real quickly here. And once again, your projected shipping date for everything we open tonight is Saturday. If I can get any or all of it out faster than that, I certainly will. Anybody that didn't get a hit, of course, everybody has pulled cards. By hit, I mean didn't pull something, card or otherwise. Everybody's got something in Elite. We just opened 1,200 cards. Everybody's got something in Elite. In Encased and Inception, if you happen to get skunked and your team did not pull a single thing, you are still going to get your consolation card or cards shipped out when the rest of the break ships. It is only when it is a free shipping break that your consolation card would typically be held and sent with the next package. So it'll go out. You'll get something no matter what. Whether you were skunked or otherwise, you're going to get a package. You'll have cards coming. And in the days ahead, a quick little look at that. We're going to get into Stadium Club Baseball tomorrow night. Of course, it came out tonight as well, but we would have had a 7 zillion hour break if we had added that in. So we're going to do that tomorrow night. Friday night is when Museum Collection comes out, so we'll be opening that as well as more Encased Basketball, both on Friday night, along with some triple play memorabilia boxes for baseball and basketball. On Saturday, we've got more memorabilia, more Inception Baseball, and we'll also bust into another case of Elite Football. On Sunday, we'll do more Museum Collection, more Stadium Club, and some memorabilia. So that's what the days ahead look like. And I think that's got us covered for tonight. So once again, thank you everyone for participating. I appreciate having you here, and you guys chatted and kept me occupied and everything all night long, so I appreciate that too. So thanks once again for joining. I hope I'll see you again soon. Until then, take care and have a good week. Bye now.